Hello everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all the viewers around the world. This is Denzomos, and you're welcome to the page of enlightenment, the page of freedom, and the page of breaking game parts free. So, as always, if you haven't done so, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. And you can always join our tribe, where we discuss a lot of issues concerning narcissistic abuse. But today is going to be a little bit different because recently a question came in, and one of my subscribers was asking about life purpose, because I think one of my videos I talked about life purpose, life mission. I mentioned it somewhere, and I got a comment in the video somewhere in the comments. I got a comment where someone asked about how they can actually find their life purpose, and I thought that I will do a video about that today. So basically, life purpose, you have to understand that we all have a purpose. We are all born with a purpose, we all have a purpose, and we all have got our own divine mission. And eventually, you can realize that at the early stages of life, especially during the childhood, at our early stages of life, there is many times that the purpose has been revealed to us in one way or the other. The purpose has been revealed, but it's just because we weren't mature enough to fully carry out whichever mission it was that was revealed to us in our childhood. Because you see, as a child, as we grow older with life, as we carry on with life, we get conditioned. And this conditioning usually comes from so many places, because this conditioning might come from our churches, religions. That conditioning might come from our culture. Your family might have some sort of a culture or a tradition. They model you to live your life in some way. All the churches may also condition you to believe in a certain, maybe you've got a religion that you believe in. The condition has been, you have been conditioned through family, and you have also been conditioned through the churches you've been attending, and then eventually you've also been conditioned through the schools the schools you've attended for as long as you live. And during that conditioning, it so happens that we actually deviate from our life purpose, and somehow we lose the track of the purpose. And we end up going to jobs. You get a job at the end of your university schools. You get a job 9 to 5. You work for somebody. At the end of the day, you're complaining about the job, you're complaining about the boss, you're complaining about the salary, you're complaining about everything. And eventually, you realize that actually it is not that thing that makes you happy. And then you're thinking, what do I need to do? Because you feel inside you there is something you believe you came here to do, but for some reason you don't know what it is, because you have already been conditioned for a very long period of time, and over time you have been programmed to do things in a certain way or to follow a certain direction, and you've already deviated from your purpose. So I'm going to give you about 4 or 5 ways in this video that might help you to find your life purpose. Because you see, it may not all resonate, but it's something that has been happening along my journey. It's happened along my journey. And there is so many ways to come face to face with the life purpose, but in my own way today, I'll mention about 4 ways you can use. There may be 5 to be a bonus way. So one of it, first one, is you have to very much go back to your childhood. Now, when you were a child, remember, you were pure soul. As a child, you were pure soul, innocent. There's no conditioning whatsoever. You're just living at home. You're doing whatever you want to do. And nobody is actually questioning whatever it is you're doing. So, in your childhood, you realize that there is something you are interested in. There is a particular thing you always love to do with. Maybe there's a particular item, maybe there's a particular instrument, maybe there is some small thing that you used to do as a child. You did it You loved it. Maybe you were somebody who liked to sit around people who are playing a certain instrument. Maybe it was a guitar or something, or even you could have tried to steal the guitar from your father. Try to play, to do some tricks with your hands. See if you can actually play. There was always something you wanted to do as a child. So if you are that person who has already forgotten and have deviated from your life purpose, you want to go back to the childhood and remember, what was it? If you cannot remember that, you might have to ask your parents. That is in case they are still alive. You might have to ask them, what was it that actually you used to do as a kid? What was the particular item, things you used to engage in? What used to actually make you, what used to capture your attention as a kid? Because as a kid, remember, like I've told you, you are a very pure soul. So at that stage, you are still aligned with your purpose as a kid. You're still aligned with that. And from time to time, you will step into your purpose actually as a kid. But it's just because at that time you haven't yet matured enough for you to fully, actively carry out your divine or your purpose or whatever, life purpose. You haven't yet matured enough to fully carry out your purpose. But from time to time, you will step into your purpose. Even if it's for a little bit, but from time to time as a kid, you have always done something that was very much related to your purpose. So you might want to go back and ask your parents, or you might have to remember, if you remember your childhood, ask the neighbors, ask your aunties, what exactly used to catch your attention as a kid? What were the things that used to excite you and used to interest you? It is very most likely that your purpose is actually rotating around those things that you used to do when you were a kid. The second thing where I can talk about is you have got to understand that your purpose also is very much connected to your current situation. So it does not matter what you are, what you're doing. It does not matter where you are, but whatever you're doing, whatever it is you're doing in your life, your experience, whatever you're experiencing currently. Like on my videos, you've heard me talking about narcissists. I've always talked about narcissists and all these abusive, toxic relationships. So it is very likely that your experience in itself is very much connected to what your purpose is going to be. Because you see, everything that happens in our life is not by coincidence. Everything is happening in our life according to divine alignment. So it is not by coincidence that we experience whatever we go through. There's always a reason, because the more we deviate from our purposes, our life purposes, God will always bring in some situations, some incidents, will expose us to certain experiences. They may seem very bad at that moment. They may seem very, very hard to bear. But at the end of the day, when you dig very deep into your current experience, you're also going to realize that that experience exactly that you're going through, you're being crafted to meet your life purpose along the journey. And at the end of the day, if you look very deep in your current situation, it might even just be your workplace. It could be a job. You might be in a job that is actually training you. You could be working in a restaurant, for example, a certain hotel, a certain restaurant, or whatever. And the job could be actually very hard to bear. And you would be thinking that this is not the thing you want to do. But at the end of the day, it is that exact experience that you're going through that is crafting you actually. You might be somebody who is working in a restaurant, and at the end of the day, you are also going to be able to open your own shop. So you might, at the end of the day, find yourself actually opening up your own store, opening up your own cafe, opening up your own food shop. But at that experience, you may not like it at that moment, but like I've said, everything happens according to divine alignment. There are no coincidences in this universe. So you're going to find yourself that whatever you're doing is actually aligning you whatever you're doing is actually aligning you to experience your life purpose at some point. So the third one I can talk about is the third way that you might want to use to find your life purpose is paying attention to your dreams. And by that I mean that every now and then, for as long as you've lived, it doesn't matter how far away you've been deviated away from your life purpose. Every now and then you're going to have a specific dream. Now, there is a specific dream that is always coming to you every time you go to sleep. It's not, of course, it doesn't happen that every day you're going to dream the same thing. No, it doesn't happen like that. But every now and then you're going to realize that for as long as you've lived, there's a particular dream, and in that dream you happen to be doing something. Maybe you're dreaming like you're standing in front of a huge congregation. Maybe you're dreaming that you're singing on stage. Maybe you're dreaming that you're acting. But it also will happen. You could be that guy who's dreaming that actually you're crafting out something. You're carving out something from wood. Maybe you're carving out something from the stone, or maybe you're building a house or whatever. But whatever it is, that dream, it will always pop in every now and then. Every time you go to sleep, couple of months, you will actually have a similar dream like you dreamt previously. So you're going to find yourself experiencing a dream. Something is going to come to you in your dream, and for every now and then you're going to be thinking that, why is it that last year I dreamt about something like this year I dreamt about something like that, a couple of months ago I dreamt about the same thing. So your life purpose is God is secretly revealing to you what your life purpose is going to be. It can also happen in that way that you are going to dream. So there may be a couple of dreams you're familiar with. Every now and then you go to sleep and there's a dream. There is something you're dreaming about doing in that dream. It is very much likely. That is why it's always good and important to have a journal, a dream journal. So you can always have a dream journal next to your bed. Anytime you wake up in the morning, you can always write down what it is that you dreamt about, because it can happen that after some couple of months or even a year, that particular dream is going to come back to you. So it is very likely that whatever it is that you're dreaming that happens to recur, a recurring dream, I call it a recurring dream, it is very likely that that dream, it is also very much connected to your life purpose. So that was my third way you might use if you're looking for your life purpose. Now, another one, very familiar one, is meditation. Every now and then in my videos, I've talked about meditation. So meditation, as we all know, it is that moment when you are able to align yourself in the present moment. Because you see, your life purpose is not going to come to you when there's all sorts of drama, and there's all sorts of chaos going on in your head. So there's all sorts of turmoil going on in the head. So it is always important that you have got to create a moment of silence. People meditate differently. You can decide to meditate with a yoga. You can decide to meditate to have a nice beautiful walk along the beach. That can be a meditation practice, or a long walk in the park, or a long walk in the forest, or you may just have to sit down quietly and silence yourself like for a couple of minutes. Everybody meditates differently, but when you do meditation, it's actually going to allow you. God will reveal to you your life purpose through meditation, because when you shut down the noise, that is when now you're going to tap into the source. You're going to tap into divine. You're going to tap into the source, and you are going to get the proper downloads, and they will come to you during the meditation as well. So you could be the person who is meditating. Maybe you're having a long walk along the sea, at the seaside, or you're having a long walk in the park, and eventually you're going to hear some kind of voices, you're going to feel it will come like a voice. It will come like a very silent voice telling you that, you know what, there is that shop which is in the corner next to your home. Actually, it's up for rent. You might want to go and ask about the price or whatever. So maybe if you hear that voice during meditation, it is now your life purpose starting to come to you, because that voice, whatever it is, that voice is coming from God, and it is a direction. Like I've said, it could be a voice that is telling you to go and meet somebody. It could be a voice that is telling you that there is a certain shop that is available for rent. Maybe you want to go there and ask about the price. Maybe now you're starting to drive. God is starting to drive you to go and start up your own shop. Maybe that shop you're going to open some kind of counseling services. Maybe you're going to open some kind of legal services. Maybe whatever it is you're going to do, it is going to add value to other people and other people around you, and make a difference in other people's lives. So whatever it is, the life purpose you came here to do, it always has got something to do with adding value to other people. and helping other people become their greatest versions, because that is the only way. If you're able to tap into that and do that, you're also going to be able to be blessed abundantly, because as you're helping people, whatever it is you're doing for people, it is always reflecting back to you. So it is not, life purpose is not that kind of a job whereby you wake up in the morning from 9 o'clock and it's like you don't even want to get out of the bed. You're going to work and you're angry with your managers, you're angry with your supervisors, you're angry with the bosses. It's like you're not even enjoying that kind of work. You know what I mean? That is not life purpose. That is just a job whereby you're trading your time for money. And it can never fulfill you in any way. Even if it's a career, you've started to go to the universities and studied something, you were a very huge doctor, whatever, a very famous doctor, whatever. At the end of the day, if you're feeling bad about what it is, whatever it is that you're doing, that means that actually you're not carrying out your life purpose and you're not stepping into your life purpose. Because whenever you're doing something that is not fulfilling your soul, your life purpose is supposed to fulfill. Hi guys, I'm back again. That was just a problem with the battery. I came out to the park and actually I didn't charge the phone, so I ran out of battery. So I'll apologize for that. I had to break off a while. Now, life purpose, the fifth point I want to talk about is intuition. Now, basically intuition, you get up in the morning and for some reason, there's always a nudge for you to do something. You know, it's always like you're looking at your phone and there's a specific person you want to call. Or for example, you're going out for a walk and it looks as if like on a daily basis you're running into somebody. And it always appears like it is a coincidence. But like I've told you, in the universe, there are no coincidences in the universe. Everything, what is happening according to divine alignment. So what happens is, intuition, you always have to listen to your intuition. Sometimes your purpose may come to you through intuition. Something is pushing you to go somewhere. Something is pushing you to do something. Something is pushing you to leave your job. Maybe you need to leave your job. You need to start out something new. Because you cannot step into your life purpose when you're still stuck in your old jobs that you've been doing for a long period of time. Yes, it can be a job that is paying the bills, because probably you need the money to pay your rent and buy a couple of drinks or whatever, go for a holiday or whatever. But at the end of the day, that is not something that is fulfilling you. So you might actually also find there are some of those days whereby you're going to find yourself planning or even starting to move out of your comfort zone. So for you to be able to tap into your life purpose or your divine purpose, sometimes it may require you actually to step out of your comfort zone and go and explore new horizons. So you might have always the intuition telling you that you need to finish this job, because the job that you're doing, whatever job it is you're doing, the job is not serving you. And it is until you step out and make the first move. When you make the first move, the rest is going to align. All the necessary materials that you need, everything is going to line up in divine order, and your life purpose is going to be revealed to you. So you should always never be afraid to step out and start something new, and step out into new horizons, and get into new adventures, new horizons, because it is only in that way, by following your intuition, whatever intuition is telling you. Every morning there is something that is telling you that you need to do something. Each and every morning it's like it's as if you wake up in the morning and you feel as if your journey is being directed in some kind of way. It's being directed in a certain direction. So it is always that way. Your gut, your intuition is speaking to you that actually it is time for you to make the move. It is time for you to start to do something. So you should always listen to that intuition, what is telling you, whatever it is, intuition, wherever it is your intuition is telling you to go, whichever person the intuition is telling you to meet, whatever the direction your intuition is directing you at, you need always to follow your intuition. It is always sometimes the case that your intuition is speaking to you, directing you somewhere, where at the end of the day, your life purpose is actually going to be revealed to you. So you should always be able to listen to your intuition. So guys, in this video, it can't get any longer than this, but if you have a question, there are many ways other people have found their life purpose, have been able to align themselves with their life purpose. But I just wanted to give you about 5 today. Those are the ways I've given you that I've also seen in my journey and experienced myself. I usually like to explain my own story, but everybody has got their own story. So that is part of my story. There may be something that is resonating with you. If that so happens the case, I would like to hear that in the comments below. Other than that, guys, it's been a blessing to have you guys on board, and I hope one day each and every one of you find your life purpose and you're able to step into your true authenticity and be the person you came here to be. So guys, much love and blessings, and Desomos signing out. Catch you in my next video. Bye now.